Building materials part 2. We are in unit 2. So far completed many topics. You are all aware of the topics covered till today, which include glass, paints, plastics, varnish, distemper, etc. Now we are entering into another building material that is called asphalt. Very important building material. Every day we used to see the roads which appear in black color and we are calling it as BT road. That means bituminous road. Whatever we see the roads, I mean black roads, those are called as bituminous roads. I mean to lay the bitumen road, what it requires. So in the important ingredient or binder is asphalt. This is very important binder for laying a bituminous road. Where we lay the bituminous roads? National highways, state highways, district roads, even municipal roads. Wherever traffic is more, wherever public move often and oftenly, yes, the government is ready to make a suitable arrangement. People should not suffer. Even two-wheelers, three-wheelers, four-wheelers, buses, trucks, lorries, for the benefit of public. The government is laying BT roads. Now, in this class, we must understand the BT road, what are the ingredients in which the role of asphalt. I told very clearly this is a binder. Binder means it fixes. It is an adhesive. అతుక్కునే గుణము ఉన్నటువంటిది బైండర్ అంటే. So asphalt is a highly viscous. See, I need to write viscous. I am mentioning highly viscous. Highly viscous means more strong, more powerful. Even if you pour on the floor, what happens? It will not flow, it stops there itself. Suppose if you pour water, it flows. If there is a gradient, it moves till the end. If there is no gradient, the water also moves little and stops. But whereas in case of asphalt, when you pour on the floor, it stops there. It retains there itself. It stays there itself for a number of days. That's why it is called as highly viscous and sticky. Immediately it sticks that particular portion and it is black in color. And this is a material composed mainly of hydrocarbons. So what is the composition of asphalt? Asphalt comprises hydrocarbons. What is the meaning of it? This is the meaning of carbon plus hydrogen. Simply we say HC, hydrocarbons. That means asphalt is the mixture of carbon and hydrogen. And this is a powerful adhesive. And it has a waterproof binder. Of course, this is a binder and waterproof. That means even if you pour water, what happens? The water never penetrates. That's why it is called as waterproof. Binder means yes. That is a property. Binder is a property. And 85% of asphalt is used as a binder. Of course, remaining 50% may be used for some different purposes, but 80% of asphalt used as a binder, especially for making pavements or road construction. This is the 85%. What about the remaining 50%? You might have seen some of the houses where there are sheets, iron sheets, and people what they do, they apply asphalt coating. Why? During the rainy season, the rain never penetrates. That never penetrates. That means there will be no leakage. Whatever the water is pouring on the sheets, that water, passes away. That 50% consists of these purposes. So 85% is for making pavements, road constructions, etc. Remaining 15% for other purposes. And nowadays, the waste material, whatever we are getting the waste material as a byproduct. For example, a building is there, we are demolishing the building. That means slab. If you break the slab, what you get? You get some reinforcement pieces. You will get some aggregates. You will get some rock dust, that is might be sand or something else. So, in case of road construction, what we are doing nowadays, instead of throwing the waste debris, we are collecting the waste debris and mixing with the asphalt and laying the roads. That means we are using indirectly the waste debris. And similarly, there is a research going on, utilization of air, including the plastic. So plastic is also some percentage, say some 10%, 15% plastic is weighted and the liquid is combining with the asphalt and mixing the aggregates, sand, laying the road. That means we are saving the environment. So lot of advantages are there with the asphalt. That means even we are using the waste products or waste debris. Debris means chakka. We are using in a systematic manner. Coming to how the asphalt is produced. What is the process? For this, we require a plant that is called as asphalt plant. In Hyderabad, we have plants, high-tech city area. As your interest, you can go and visit the asphalt plants where the asphalt is prepared. So this can be, the plant may be a fixed plant or mobile plant. Earlier, it was a fixed plant in majority cases. But nowadays, we have mobile mixed plants. That means from one place to another place, you can bring the plant with the help of heavy trucks. That means you are keeping this asphalt plant on the trucks and you can carry to anywhere, wherever you want you can carry, there you can make the asphalt. What you are doing, the crude oil, asphalt is produced from the crude oil. How crude oil comes? If you drill nearly 1000 kilometers, 1500 kilometers, where crude oil deposits are available, of course, that is not related to your subject. In sedimentary rocks, especially where there are structures called as anticlines. Of course, you are not aware of this word. No need to remember all these things nowadays. So this is not a structure. That structure can be seen in only sedimentary rocks, whether it is a limestone or shale or sandstone, whatever it may be. In those rocks, we can find the rocks in such a way, like a dome. So the crude oil always deposits in these places. This is called crust. Crust means top of the structure. That means crude oil always occurs in sedimentary rocks, not in igneous rocks, not in metamorphic rocks. that crude oil is obtained by drilling nearly 1,000 meters or 2,000 meters until you get. From that, the crude oil is extracted. That crude oil is passed to the plant. So in this plant, when temperature increases, what happens? The lighter ones, say for example, lighter ones, gas that comes from the top part. So for example, this is a plant. You assume that. So you are putting the crude oil and inlet. Inlet means you are pumping the crude oil inside and raising the temperature. Of course, it requires minimum 150 to 180 degrees centigrade to melt the crude oil. So what happens? The lighter material which comes out, that is called as natural gas. What this gas you are using in your homes, in the cylinders, whether it is 14.2 kg cylinder or 18 kg cylinder or 5 kg cylinder, that will consist of this gas. From one more outlet, you are getting something else like petrol. And from another outlet, you are getting diesel. Why there is an order? This is lighter, this is bit, this is moderate, and here you are getting kerosene. And one more outlet, you are getting tar, or you can say bitumen, or you can say asphalt. That is one more. And this is the residue. So the hard, high viscosity, hard material can be found at the bottom of the plant that comes out. This is the, how we obtain the asphalt from the crude oil from a refining plant, that is called refining plant, or you can call it as refinery plant. This is the process how we obtain the asphalt. And the required temperature is, as I said, 150 degree centigrade to 180 degree centigrade. That is enough to get the asphalt. I am not talking about the other materials, byproducts, say kerosene, diesel, petrol, gas, I am not talking. And there are so many varieties in asphalt. Till now I said only asphalt, how asphalt is produced. Now what are the varieties in asphalt? We have so many varieties. Just I mentioned the various varieties of asphalt. But of course, each and every asphalt has its own properties. So accordingly, we use which one we require, that we use, and we are not studying in depth of all those things. What are the varieties? Asphalt concrete. This is one variety. Simply, you can say yes. Asphalt cement. Hard rolled asphalts, HRA. Then stone mastic. Yes, yeah. Hard mix asphalt. Likewise, there are many. Each one has its own properties and casting features, and accordingly we select. That's all. There is no need to discuss about what is the asphalt concrete, asphalt cement, otherwise hard mix asphalt, stone mastic asphalt. Not necessary to read all these things at this moment. And if you see the properties, it has some properties. Asphalt, what are the properties? Waterproofing. As I said in the beginning, we said that it is a waterproofing material. That means it prevents moisture or prevent water to penetrate into the structure or whatever. So you will see the pavements, whatever you see during the rain season, the top layer always, the top layer erodes. I mean wash out because of water. That means not mixing properly the asphalt with the aggregates or sand. And this is of course because no one is thinking properly on laying the roads. There is an engineer in R&B, assistant engineer or executive engineer or deputy engineer. They have to visit, they have to check what is the thickness of the layer, but not discharging duties properly. That is the reason the contractor is applying a coat and leaving, and during the monsoon period the top layer is washed, away, and you can find a lot of undulations or pits, etc. చూసారు మీరు రోడ్స్ అని ఎప్పుడు ప్లేయింగ్గా ఉంటున్నాయి. ఒక 2-3 వర్షాలు పడేసరికి ఏమవుతా ఉంది, రోడ్డు మీద అంతా గుంతలు. ఎందుకు జరుగుతూ ఉంది ఇది? బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ఇంప్రాపర్ మిక్సింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద asphalt, that is a binder with the aggregates, and not mixing consistently. తర్వాత మిక్స్ అవ్వాలి చేయటం లేదు. And bills are passing and the amount is releasing, and the contractor says that I have to pay some percentage to the assistant engineer, deputy engineer, executive engineer or chief engineer. Yes, this is a fact. Of course, I am not here to discuss all those things. So here we must understand the property means waterproofing material. That means it prevents water to penetrate or it prevents moisture. So they are going to వాటిని అలో చేయదు. ఇది ఒక ప్రాపర్టీ దేనికి asphalt. And viscosity, changing from solid or semi-solid. I am written two words, solid and semi-solid. Sometimes it may be very hard, sometimes it may be like a toothpaste, that is semi-solid. That form changes into liquid when you increase the temperature. So in the normal temperature, the asphalt is usually solid or semi-solid. If you increase the temperature, say some 150 degrees or 180 degrees, or even more than that, what happens? It turns into liquid. When temperature rises. Yes, this is another problem. Suppose you take a stone, you increase the temperature up to 200 degrees, it will turn into liquid. Or you take a brick, if you increase the temperature from 150 to 200 degrees, is it turns into liquid? No, it has no that property, but it has property. What is that? Viscosity. Then deformation under loads. What's the meaning of deformation? Huh? Okay. Still, in a simple language, you have already studied SOM. Deformation.
Extension.
No, okay, that is fine. Elongation, extension. Simply, we can speak deformation means change of its shape, change of its size. That is called deformation. So deformation under load. That means, when an external force is acted or pressure is applied, it changes its shape. Okay, take the asphalt, put it on a tray and apply pressure. What happens? It expands. That means shape will change or thickness may vary. That means size is also vary. That is deformation under load. That is also a property which has, asphalt. Otherwise, if you take a brick and apply load, what happens? It breaks, but it cannot change the shape or size. It breaks into pieces. That is different. And it has very good one more property, the same thing, temperature sensitivity. That means it becomes fluidity when temperature increases. When you cool down, it turns into solid form or semi-solid form. That is called temperature sensitivity. So, వేడి ఎక్కువైపోతే లిక్విడ్ వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. కూల్ చేసేస్తే that means if you allow it for room temperature, it settles as a solid form or semi-solid form. These are some of the properties which has asphalt. Then applications. Already discussed the applications. Let us once again brief. Major industry. When we talk about the industry sector, transportation. Say you have transport engineering subject in third year or fourth year. So transportation. Just how I told that for the movement of vehicles, whether it is two-wheeler, three-wheeler, four-wheeler, every different vehicles. Lot of vehicles are moving from one place to another place to carry the goods or materials or whatever it may be or passengers. So what that requires, transportation requires a correct road, bituminous road, where we use this asphalt as a binding material. And even say for example transport which includes highways. Highways means national highway or state highways or even district roads. Then streets, residential areas. See, if you see any venture, designed in such a way that plots are kept uniformly, and in between two flats you can find a pavement. That is road. Of course, technically we call it as pavement, not road. Pavement means it is a road. But always you must speak technically. It's a pavement. So you can residential areas. You can find the pavements and tennis courts, playgrounds. Of course, this is not a transportation sector. Transportation sector is this one. Tennis courts, playgrounds, parking areas. Not everywhere, only at places only we can find parking areas with asphalt roads. Not everywhere. Asphalt road means it's a black coated layer when mixed with the aggregates. And asphalt is a binder. దానికి అతుక్కునే గుణం ఉంది కాబట్టి మనము అగ్రిగేట్స్, శాండ్ లేకపోతే వేస్ట్ ప్రోడక్ట్ కలిపేసి మనము లేయర్ లాగా కోట్ చేస్తాం. This is the concept of the asphalt. And building construction lo తీసుకుంటే building construction, I said in the beginning, roofing. Yes, there may be houses with iron sheets or there may be houses with clay tiles. Even in the villages, still you can find the houses with the not slabs, with the tiles, clay tiles, red color. So sometimes what happens? It allows the water. That's why to prevent the water, we apply asphalt layer on the top of the tile, on top of the sheet, so that the water never penetrates. The water flows automatically. Roofs, then dam proofing foundations. Even foundations, after excavating the soil, say for 5 feet or 6 feet or 7 feet, if you want, you can put asphalt as a layer. That is. And recreation and sports. Where we can use the asphalt. ఎక్కడైతే అవసరం ఉందనుకుంటున్నాము రిక్రియేషన్ హాల్స్ కావచ్చు లేకపోతే స్పోర్ట్స్ కాంప్లెక్సెస్ కావచ్చు టు అప్రోచ్ ద స్పోర్ట్స్ కాంప్లెక్స్ ఎస్ వీ రిక్వైర్ ఏ రోడ్ దట్ మీన్స్ పేమెంట్ ఈస్ టు బి డన్ విత్ ద హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ asphalt. And industrial sector